Okay, I kind of like at this. I'm so pissed off at Fred Ladd at this point that I kind of want to use one of his clips again because I haven't really poked at him yet in this entire review. I just used him as like the justification for why the Simba Kimba name isn't a controversy.
Yeah. The parrot, it's not a parrot, but it's a talking bird, and its role, its function, dramatically, is virtually the same thing. He's an irritant. Gosh, this is just like Kimba.
Like when you, for him to say like he's an irritant, like that is so fucking reductive of what Zazu is. First of all, Zazu is not an irritant. He's really not. He was trying to make sure the kids didn't die when they were out. And because the kids were like so young and they were rebellious and they were like, I laugh in the face of danger, ha ha ha. All of a sudden Zazu's supposed to be an irritant as like the function in the entire story. And if you just summarize it by the word irritant and don't say anything else about them, then it's like, wow, they're a shame. They're a shame. This is Fred Ladd. He's the localization producer for NBC. So basically, he was in charge of making Kimba in the English language, bringing it to America. And he's said so much stupid shit about this controversy. It's actually so infuriating.
Yeah, this is totally...
See, I don't even know if I need to, like, dignify it by including him saying he's an irritant.
Then there's a talking bird that appears, and...
Like I said, if all that you're going to say about those two characters is they're irritants, and that's it, if literally that's the only word you're going to just use to describe them, then yeah, they're the same. But that's not what those characters are. And for him to say the dramatic function is the same, that's complete bullshit. That's complete bullshit. I'll include the he's an irritant part, but I don't think it makes a fucking difference. Like, I think this guy's kind of a fucking asshole, honestly. Not just based on this alone, but
it's
like what pisses me off so much about Fred Ladd is that like he had the most reasonable assumption of connection with Tezuka Productions and Tezuka himself and Tezuka's family, and he carried this controversy and continued talking about it in this way, despite the fact that Tezuka was not alive to comment on it. Tezuka Productions disagreed with these criticisms, saying, yeah, if you have a story set in Africa where there's lions, it's probably going to have a lot of the same shit. And Tezuka's son came out and said that too. And this fucking guy, and literally, Tezuka's son not only said that, Tezuka's son said, I don't want my father's works to be weaponized into someone's argument. That's literally what he said. And yet, this fucking asshole is going around saying this bullshit. He's the same guy that published that I don't know if it was a book. He published some sort of fucking document where he at the end of it, he was saying like, oh yeah, and just to prove my point, there was an animator that I talked to at Disney, and he says that another animator, Sean Keller, was very upset about what Disney was doing with the Kimba Simba stuff and just left it so fucking vague like that. And Sean Keller is a huge Kimba fan. He didn't work on The Lion King. And also, Sean Keller did not want to be involved in this whole fucking controversy. He didn't, which is why Fred Ladd, when publishing that article, publication, whatever, when he published that material, he didn't talk to Sean Keller. He talked to someone else who talked to Sean Keller and then decided to write that and name drop him, right? While completely just vaguely saying what he's like not even really saying what he said or any details about it, who he talked to, what he thought about it, just literally trying to like bolster this like, oh yeah, well, I'm right about this and here's proof because there's an animator there that was at Disney that was really mad about it. Doesn't mention that he didn't work on The Lion King, right? He's such an asshole. I hate Fred Ladd. Out of all the people that are like directly involved in the production of like Kimba and stuff, I hate Fred Ladd the most. I really like, he's such a fucking asshole the more I dive into this controversy. Like, I don't know why he's doing this. And to name drop people who he didn't talk to, who don't want to be involved in the controversy, what a fucking asshole decision. And yeah, like, all the stuff he says about this and, like, Polly and Zazu, like, come on, dude, you're so fucking stretching it. They serve the same dramatic role. You know that's not true. You're an asshole. He didn't create Kimba. He literally did not create Kimba. He was a producer at NBC that talked to Tezuka and was like, why don't we make him a child the whole time? He's a fucking asshole. He's one of the middlemen in between artists and like what they want to create. He's the one providing the budget and being like, well, you got to do this stupid bullshit if you want it to be created, don't you? He's one of those. That's literally who he is. And he's talking about this whole Kimba controversy as though he's some sort of like artist, when he's not. He's not an artist. He's a businessman and he's a dick. Like, he's a complete fucking asshole. I don't like this guy at all. Yeah, and people like quote him like, oh yeah, this is a guy that knows about art. If he says it's a ripoff, that means it must be true. Like, he didn't create Kimba. He literally did not. He created the name Kimba. That's about it. Like, sorry, but you're not allowed. Yeah, like bigwigs at like the fucking producers at studios and production companies. How many times do I mention those people in my reviews positively? Honestly, those are the people that are responsible for things turning out terribly. Those are the people that are responsible for artists not being able to create what they actually want and having to make compromises that negatively impact what they're trying to do. He is one of those. Kimba! And like, either way, he's literally saying it's virtually the same thing. Like, that's what I'm criticizing. If he were to say that their role and dramatic functions are different, but they're both irritants, then I wouldn't have anything to criticize. If he would agree they're both irritants, but their role and function are dramatically different, then I wouldn't be criticizing anything. But what I'm specifically criticizing about this is not he's an irritant, like technically, sure, to some degree they're both irritants. I'm criticizing the fact that he's saying that the role and dramatic function are essentially the same thing, which I think is absolutely insane. So this is the way I'm going to edit it. I feel like I've justified myself. Yeah, because like some people make some people make the argument that Daniel's not a baboon and that he's a mandrill because he looks more like one. But literally his name is Daniel Baboon, right? So like if the show decided he's a baboon, I don't know, then I have to kind of agree with the show, right? Like every single one of these clips not only like reinforces him being a punching bag, but they reinforce him being old. Like, don't be a stubborn old baboon, and then like, you juvenile delinquent, he says here, like, that's clearly what his character is. Like, he's an old fart. Clearly, that's what his character is. He's not, like, crazy witch doctor, like, wise old sage, like the fucking Kimba crowd is claiming. That's literally, like, that's not the case. Like, you're ignoring what the show is to so it fits. You're ignoring the parts that don't work, and you're only focusing on the parts that fit. And it's just so frustrating. Like, I get it. Like, they're massive fans of this show, and then they see something kind of similar, and everybody in the entire world loves it. Everybody in the entire fucking world loves The Lion King. It was translated to, like, every fucking language. Yeah, because everybody loves it. And everybody loves it. And meanwhile, they're like, but Kimba did some of the same things and nobody likes Kimba. Nobody's watching. Like, they can't relate to anybody about it, is the problem. Is that there are so few Kimba fans, especially outside of Japan, that they're like, they're stubborn, they're butthurt. They're just actually fucking pissed off that The Lion King has so many people that love it. And they can't relate to anybody about Kimba because nobody wants to watch Kimba because it's bullshit. Because it's fucking bad. They're like, but it did some of the same things. And so they're taking it out on the Lion King. Really?
My curiosity is piqued with your upcoming video. I wonder what will the Kimba's fanbase will react to your upcoming video. I'll take an educated guess that it will mixed response.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, don't worry about it. Like, it's... People ask me, like, aren't you gonna be worried about, like, the fallout from the Kimba fan base? There's barely a fan base. There's barely anybody that watched that show. That's the reason why this conspiracy was able to thrive, is because millions of people watched their videos about the similarities, but nobody watched the show because nobody wants to, because it looks like shit. Like, even people that hate The Lion King, even people that are like, oh, fuck, The Lion King is so bad because it ripped off Kimba, they haven't seen Kimba either. Paige watched quite a bit of Kimba. She didn't watch like much of it. She watched like 5% of the show while she was with me. But it was like constant because there's so much. That's why I was watching it with her. It's because I was trying to like go through it, you know? And so like any moment that I had to spare where I wasn't actively doing something else, even if I was with friends, I'd be like, okay, I'm putting on Kimba and torturing them. Yeah, I agree with you completely, Ninja Godzilla. Near the end of the review, I cover statements from Tezuka's son where he's like, yeah, I wish that I don't want to see my father's works turned into someone else's weapon, and I disagree with the controversy. He literally says that. And so it's like, all these, especially in that viral Twitter thread, where the first thing they say is like, how Disney is poorly treated Tezuka and his family. What? That's not true, because Tezuka's family doesn't agree with these conspiracy theorists. Tezuka's family, like, they don't like you. You can't use them as a shield for your bullshit. Because you're mad that other people love this property more than they love your lion property, than your lion animated bullshit, right? Like, it's so funny. Yeah, Tezuka's entire legacy is reduced to the guy that made the thing that the Lion King ripped off, literally. Like, he has other accomplishments, you assholes. Yeah, it's the conspiracy is too easy to believe, because it makes sense if you don't do any research. I'm not going to make clips from this review to persuade people that are a part of the Kimba crowd. If they want to wonder why after my review everyone's laughing at them, then they're just going to have to fucking watch it. I'm not going to section off point by point into separate videos to placate people who don't have the attention span to watch something that goes through every single point that they have made. We're almost at the 1 hour 45. It's so funny to put it. We're almost at the 1 hour 45 minute mark, and it seems like so long, but like it's not even like close to the end, which is just so sad. We're almost at the 1 hour 45 minute mark. Oh no. Comparatively more suave.
Our plan is working.
Scar is a combination. Oh my god. Cassius is one of. What are you doing?
Our plan is working.
Scar is a combination.
Stop
of
fucking being stupid.
Cassius is one of Claw's of.
Our plan is working.
Scar is a combination of. Does anybody have any because like I just realized right here, I don't want to say something that's like a little misleading. So this is the article from 1994. LA Times. They interviewed president of Tezuka Productions in 1994. He said that him and his staff came to the conclusion that you could not avoid having these similarities as long as you use animals as characters and try to draw images out of them. That's what he said. However, this is from seeing a preview of The Lion King. Does anybody know if there's any information on whether or not like Tezuka Productions, after seeing the whole Lion King, changed their mind? Because if anybody has any information on that, then I might want to include that or something. But I don't think that's the case. Probably would have seen it by this point. But if anybody can do like a search for me, because I don't really think that's the case, but I just want to make sure if I'm gonna say something like that. Oh no. Ah, oh my god. This article's source is a Twitter thread. According to the Twitter thread, Tezuka Productions had acknowledged their discomfort with the similarities between the two movies, but they couldn't file any lawsuit as they didn't have enough funds. According to the Twitter thread. Because, like, the only... I'm looking for quotes from Tezuka Productions, and the only quotes I can find were ones saying that they didn't think that there was an issue. So just so many of the same issues. This is an article that I hadn't even seen before. This is Gazette from 2000. And it says things like, in both movies, like, what do you mean both movies? There's one movie of The Lion King, and then there's, like, the TV show is what's being compared mostly for Kimba. So you don't even know that it's a TV show. The Japanese studio Mushi, which produced Kimba in that country, declined to file a lawsuit against Disney. He said that head of the studio believed the creator of Kimba would not have wanted to sue because of the deep respect he held for the founder of the company. So yeah, now we have Mushi Production also being like, yeah, I mean, Tezuka probably wouldn't have given a shit. Oh my god, yeah, everything is just confirming what I'm saying. Here's one from Fox Business from July 2019, I guess. His family and production company did not attempt to sue Disney for copyright infringement. According to the Post, while they noticed similarities, those were factual elements and ideas based on nature. Based on nature. Yeah, this idea that, like, Tezuka Productions or Tezuka's family were like, we want to sue Disney, but we can't because we're poor. That's just not true. That's literally just not true. His daughter says, my father would have been pleased if his work influenced Disney, so we wouldn't think about a lawsuit at all. That sounds very different than, we want to sue, but we'd go bankrupt. That sounds very different. Like, they all just completely decide not to include the part where they say, yeah, we don't want to sue him because Tezuka would have been flattered if that was the case, and also we believe that it's just things based on nature anyway. Because, like, it's like people just pick and choose and just ignore the parts they don't like. How come I've never seen the Kimba crowd talk about how Tezuka Productions says shit like this? Therefore, our company's general opinion is The Lion King is a totally different piece from The Jungle Emperor and is an original work completed by the Disney Productions' long-lasting excellent production technique. How come they don't mention that shit? Just search LA Times Kimba Simba. That's the article. Just search it. It's the first one. It's from 1994. We're fucking getting there. We're not that far away. We're getting there. Getting there, boys.
What is the only mammal without vocal cords?
What is the only mammal without vocal cords? Your mom, because my dick destroyed them. Animation. All right. Do you see how many different project files there are here? Look at... Okay. See where this Kimba thing starts? This Kimba right here? Let's scroll for a bit. Let's scroll for a bit and see how many different project files there are. See how many different project files there are. This is how I don't accidentally delete an entire video. There's so many. Azoic Rift? I'm not... Like, I don't know. It's a fictional character anyway. I'm attracted to the character. I don't know if his dick is barbed or not. If it was, I would still fucking hit it. I don't give a shit. I love the character. It wouldn't, like, I would prefer not to get my asshole destroyed, but... Thank you for watching. Peace. I think I'm going to try exporting this now. Ugh, and I guess this will just export while I sleep. I think I should go to bed. And I guess I'll see when I look over the exported file if I'm actually done, but probably won't stream that.
Yeah, my belly feels great.
Adam, can you do a celebratory dab for us?
Thank you. Whew. This fucking Kimba journey was not fun. But thank you for bearing through it with me. I think we might be done. If not, I might be making like a couple minor adjustments to the video before it's published or something. So anyway, peace out. Love you guys so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Let me shout out my $5 and up patrons: Lemonade Warrior, Rift, Diet Jesus, Rasmus, Mechadong, Brendan Stuper, Tequila Cinema, and Pit Wang. I really appreciate your support, and hopefully this will be the last of Kimba. I underestimated the depth of this particular rabbit hole, and kind of assumed that we were going to be done with the 2009 movie, but I wasn't expecting like so much information to be revealed over time. But now that the YMS is finished, I think I can safely say it's over for real. I hope. I hope. See ya.